Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. There's a lot more news to share today than I typically have in the morning devotion. Don't forget Wednesday night supper today at 6:15, and I don't have all the details, but Miss Linda Spiva, one of our WMU leaders, was mentioning to me that that one of the families living in tents in Western North Carolina actually froze to death during that cold snap um, over the last couple of weeks, and so they are having a fundraiser today at church to raise money to provide heaters. I assume that there were generators at work, even in those tent communities, and keeping folks warm. But I know there's at least one very, very horrible story to come out of that. And so all the money raised at Wednesday night supper tonight is going to a heater project for those living still in tents following the devastation of Hurricane Helene. And so, in addition to our Wednesday night supper fees, if you wanted to donate a 10, a 20, a 50, a 100 to go toward that project, that'll be collected tonight. And so I wanted to make mention of that to you. We have Bible study today at 11 and 7. Seems like I had another announcement I needed to push, but we'll stick with that fundraiser for heaters in Western North Carolina right now. If it comes to me before I finish talking, I'll be sure and mention it as well. We have a perfect example in James 5:17 and 18 of dutiful prayer, faithful prayer, and answered prayer. We're talking about for those who are sick primarily in James 5. But down in verse 17 and 18, James gives us the example of Elijah from the Old Testament. He said Elijah was a man of like passions as we are, and he prayed that it would not rain. The sky did not give rain for a period of 3 years and 6 months. And so that story occurs in 1 Kings chapter 17, followed by Elijah's encounter and challenge and defeat, actually, of the prophets of Baal later in 1 Kings 18. The text goes on to say that then Elijah prayed that it would rain, and the Lord gave rain. And so it's a reminder to us of the power of prayer and how that God responds and performs miraculous acts in reaction to our prayers. And so we need to be faithful in this area of prayer. And specifically, for James is talking there about prayer for the sick, and we have many sick that we need to be lifting up in prayer. Wednesdays are a time dedicated at our church to prayer. So if you have requests, send those in. We'll be sure and mention those. Miss Kathy Hines has outpatient surgery today, so let's remember her and that request. And let's just ask God to give us a great day, to keep his hand of blessing upon our church, to remember our neighbors in Western North Carolina, the wildfires still raging in California, and that he'll bring glory to himself in all of that, and soon come for his church, and then return to establish his kingdom. I hope that you'll have a great Wednesday. Take care, and God bless.